Dayton Airshow for the first time, and they did a remarkable job, but they don't fly as well as you do they?
Well, that's kind of be wrong. I'd like to think that we both competitive equal there, right?
That sounds true. Well, as it lines up there, the VFA 106 Gladiator is now, they're shoving the throttle forward. We're getting some big time thrust out of the Super Hornet, aren't we?
Yes, we are. The Super Hornet will produce over 40,000 pounds of thrust in the max AB. You'll see them coming from your left. We're starting out with the dirty roll.
That'll set your hair on fire, won't it?
Yeah, it certainly will. He's doing well over 700 miles per hour think about it with tractor car. So he's coming in right now from the left. You're going to see GUMP and BUELLER setting up for the mid-radius turn. They're going to fly back maybe into the approach show center. They're going to roll to 90 degrees, make 7.5 Gs.
And it feels like there's a vice on your head, doesn't it?
Yeah, it certainly does. And everything's going to start floating in the cockpit, and all your oxygen hose, and you'll start sitting in your straps.
Ooh, yeah, that's the most uncomfortable feeling I've ever felt. Being pushed down into the seat, that's one thing, but all over the top like that is like, first time I did it, I tried to grab the helmet that I was wearing. I looked like a doofus.
It's certainly not a comfortable feeling.
No, okay, now what's coming up next?
Yep, so coming up next, we're going to be doing the carrier configs. Obviously, this is unique to the U.S. Navy, our ability to land on the aircraft carrier. So from the right, GUMP and BUELLER set up, hook down, gear down, as they would as they're coming aboard for trap on the embarked carrier. You'll see the light flashing right up by his nose gear there. That indicates that it's a Super Hornet and not a Charlie. It makes a big difference in the area. Hopefully not to do
Alright, the tuck under, explain that to me.
Yeah, so the tuck under is if trying to get a little creative, if he wants to go right, like he's doing here, he'll initially roll to the left, then he'll make his turn to the right instead of just going straight to the right. So that's what's called the tuck under.
Will that confuse somebody chasing him?
Yeah, certainly.
At least we hope so. But that's because it's him.
Right, well,
that's because it's him.
Alright, so you see they're going to be set back up. So the next maneuver is going to be the pitch rate maneuver. You'll see the superior performance of the F-18 as it can quickly adjust its nose position.
The F-18 Super Hornet started working with the Navy back in 1995. It was a follow-on to the original Hornet, but actually designed to replace the aging F-14 Tomcats that were nearing the end of their service life. Now watch how fast this airplane can change direction. And there's another one of those duck hunters.
Absolutely, another one of the duck hunters. So as you saw there, the
Oh, okay. So we've heard a lot of noise. You know, 42,000 pounds of thrust from those GEF 414 engines, right?
Certainly.
All right. So now we're going to see how quiet it can get. So I'm going to fade this music out, and they're going to pull it back to what? Flight idle?
All flight idle. Yep, absolutely. So you'll see from the right here, come in approximately 450 miles an hour. They're going to go to idle. They'll roll towards the crowd. If you listen here, you'll hear the Super Hornet reverse.
Quiet.
That's quiet.
Yeah, it certainly is. Alright, so now, Rob, this is probably one of the most challenging things to demo. You'll see we went from our fangs out, high speed, max AV, now we're going to go to the high alpha path. So now they're going from very aggressive flights, very precise. To precision as we slow down. We'll slow down to 100 miles an hour.
Well, let's call up Bueller. Hey, Bueller, this is Rob again. All right, you want to call the speeds and how slow can you go?
Yeah, we're decelerating through about 160 miles an hour right now.
So, okay, keep going.
It's showing 150. 140. There's 130.
And that's ground speed, right?
Yep, paper.
Look at that.
105.
105 miles an hour. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? The slow speed handling capabilities of the Super Hornet.
There's 200 miles an hour.
I can go faster than that and I can set to 182.
Now we're showing 160.
They really can go slower than that. You can go slower than that. Both of you. That's amazing. I don't think I've ever seen it get below 100 miles an hour before now. That's helped by a little bit of the wind that they've got, right?
Wind that has to slow down the aircraft. So you will have about 10-15 knots headwind. It'll also sound like you say down here about 9 knots.
Wow, that's incredible. All right, now he's got noisy again. Is he gonna get fast again?
Coming in for another basic pitch rate demo here to set himself up with the carrier brakes. Again, watching the ability of the Super Hornet.
The original Hornet started serving with the Navy around 1979, and it replaced the old F-4 Phantoms and the A-7 Corsair IIs. And the design proved itself so well that they needed to get this new airplane to replace the Tomcat. The same design, the basic design of the Hornet was chosen. It's about 30% larger, it's heavier, more powerful engine, but the Super Hornet is going to be around for years to come. Approaching now at over 450 miles an hour. Let's watch him as he banks sharply to get into the landing Now, as he does that, do I get to be paddles today?
Certainly.
All right. What happens in this part of this phase of
All right, so you saw he'll come in for the brake. If you were to imagine the show center here being the carrier, so he'll come in for the brake, he'll decelerate down to below 250 knots, he'll drop his gear, and would drop his hook as he'd be coming around for the arrested landing. In this particular case, he's setting up slow to on speed, make sure he's set up for his alignment, and on glide slope.
And then about now, I get on the radio and I say, Rhino 1-1/3/4 of the mile, call the ball.
Yeah, 6, run the ball, 7-1.
Roger ball. And Paddles, the landing signal officer, is watching very carefully to make sure he's on glide slope, but they can read those airplanes better than a pilot, can't they?
Yeah, certainly can. They have a imperative job on the boat to make sure all the aviators return back aboard safely.
Day and night.
Absolutely, especially at nighttime.
Now, why do they, oh well, it's just going to get noisy, and then I have another question for you, Fonda. Why do they call the landing signal officer paddles?
Yes, during aviation, they use basically paddles that will look like what you imagine. And using obstacles in those paddles that would help guide the pilots in for their landing, left to right for glide slope or for alignment, and up and down for glide slope.
So he'd actually be standing there with a couple of these big paddles so the pilot could see.
Certainly would, yes.
Now it's all done with a combination of what's going on inside the airplane, where you have to maintain the correct angle of attack, and then you got that lighting system.
Yep, you have what's called the eyeballs, and that will give you your glide slope information to make sure that you... Oh, and ladies and gentlemen, from the right, the Super Hornet.
So you've got the lighting system, the meatball system, and they even have one here along the runway, and then NAS Oceana here on runway 5, right?
They certainly do. They also have it on Fentress, and that's how we practice every time we come back from a flight. No matter what, we make sure that we are always striving to be better ball flyers at all.
I have been told that even when you're not on the boat, that you're not on the ship, that you're here on the, that every landing you do is graded. Is that correct?
It is. When we're training students, to be fleet aviators and come back and talk about their landing pattern every sortie. From the left, ladies and gentlemen, you'll see GUMP and BUELLER coming in for another carrier break as they set up the land.
You guys, were you flying last night at the Beach Blast?
No, I wasn't. That was Moreno. Yep.
Well, it was awesome to watch that. Yeah, we got actually 4 shots at seeing the burners go, and the crowd along the beach and in the clamshell amphitheater were going crazy for what you guys did last night. So please pass the word to, I guess GUMP and BUELLER might have been flying, but whoever it was awesome, and we loved it out there.
I'll certainly pass the word. Thank you.
A controlled crash, 700 feet per minute descent rate. He'll plan it right on there. But you pilots aren't the only guys who make this possible.
No, absolutely not, Rob. So, a few things about us. For the VFA 106, well, the Super Hornet you saw here today is actually one used to train pilots and weapons system operators at VFA 106, based here locally at Naval Air Station Oceana. GUMP and BUELLER currently serve as instructors, spend most of their time teaching new pilots and with us how to deploy the Super Hornet. Currently, there are 28 operational Super Hornet squadrons in the Navy, and the aircraft have served in Afghanistan, Iraq, and currently operations in Syria as well. Ladies and gentlemen, it takes many dedicated, talented young men to maintain, fix, and fly these machines. Please join GUMP and BUELLER, myself, in thanking the entire Flight Aviator Squadron maintenance team that supports such a great Super Hornet demonstration. Both the pilot and pilot GUMP and weapons system officer BUELLER, as well as our maintainers who walk around the crowd today, please, I invite you to ask any questions